Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 2 of our applied 298, the applied business, research. And so far so good. There's a few of you that are kind of lagging behind, but real quick here, week 1. Uh, Okay, week 1, you had the reading, and like I said, this class is set up a little different to others because you don't have a textbook per se. I mean, you have your textbook, which just has the case studies in it, and so instead of a text, we got this other material in here. So for week 1, the material, we had the different readings here. So it's important that you're going through all this because all this builds on the next week and the next one. So writing the case studies, what it is, and so these readings are important from last week. As we got into the discussion, again, we had those of you that are in there doing real good, some good interaction, so no problems there. The only thing I want to remind everybody is making sure you get your initial post in by Wednesday of each week. If, you know otherwise you lose some points there on that. So and if you're not participating during the week and you start posting in this like the week later, you're going to lose points there because you're not participating and interacting with anybody once the discussion's over. So it's kind of like, once the ball game's over, you can't still go out there and you know kick some goals, because the game's over. So same thing with discussion posts. So just wanted to remind everybody about that. Let's go back the homework. Okay, now again, you have it may seem like a lot because there's so many things here, but doing the Adobe case, again, the ones I've seen, good. And that's following the information from the reading, from the presentations, and like I said, discussions are good. Also the paper on this, and again, you get that out of the readings, the information, and the presentation. So like I say, the ones I've seen are good. The ones I've seen for you're supposed to have submitted in week 1 the case you're going to do for your case analysis project, so good there too. All right, so now that I said case analysis project, let's move on to week 2. All right, so you got different, you got the reading, the presentation, discussion, assignment, case study. So let me go into the presentation real quick because the presentation covers, all right, case analysis format. Before I do that, hold on here. That's presentation. What am I looking for? Okay, the reading. Wrong one. I wanted to show you this other one first before we get into the whatchamacallit here. Okay, well, we'll do the SWOT one first here. So, okay, so this is your reading for the SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is a, the weaknesses, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats to a company, to an organization, whatever the case is. So there's format here. We get into the I mentioned the presentation. Oh, wrong one. I'm sorry. I'm getting these mixed up. When you go into like SWOT analysis here, you got these different makeups, these different graphs, talking about the strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. And now this is about, okay, you're working for, be it a marketing company, Budweiser, Coca-Cola, or any company, a restaurant, casual dining, your own business, any of this, you find things that are your strengths, your weaknesses, the opportunities you got, and something that might be a threat. You might have a competitor coming in, and that's a threat to your business. Those of you that, we've all been around a little while, you've probably noticed a corner store goes out of business. Sometimes you'll notice a brand name go out of business. You might see something like I don't know if any of you remember Kenny Rogers tried places and they went out of business. there's different, Blockbuster. I use Blockbuster in a lot of classes as an example. Blockbuster had a lot of strengths, but they also had the threats of things like Netflix and Redbox. And so the people working there didn't have the vision to say, oh, wait a minute, maybe we should think of this before these other people did. So, there was opportunities they had. Weakness they had was the leadership or whatever the case was in that organization didn't, foresee the future and keep moving with technology and change. Today Netflix, like say, instead of us doing Netflix, we could be doing Blockbuster. But so that's just an example I use. Let me show you another thing. Like back when I did my MBA, now this is some years ago, but this is an example of one of the papers we did for my MBA. And we got down here to pay, we did the analysis, and then so this is a SWOT analysis. There's no little chart on this one. What it is, it's a written out analysis. So the first one for S, the strength of strength. So there we got, a few paragraphs on that. Scroll down here to the next one, the weaknesses. Again, identifying what the weaknesses are. Scroll down again a little further, and we have opportunities, and so on and so forth. And then down, to the next one, to the threats. So this is how a written out one is kind of sort of done there. So that's just how that is done. Also, if you want to Google, you Google SWOT. Let me go over here just punch it in there, and you'll get all kinds of definitions. Different examples. If you want to look at different types of charts, they got all different types of things. So again, there's lots of resources out there that explains it. The thing about it is a part of life in organizations. A lot of them live by the SWOT analysis, and there's also another one called a Porter analysis. But either one, it's basically just analyzing what's going on. So, all right, so we got the reading, the presentation. Let me see here. Discussion. All right. Same thing as last week. Okay, you pick something and you do a little bit on it. So, so that's, and like I say, from what I've seen from last week, good stuff. Those of you that are in there, those of you who are not, you need to get in there. Don't fall behind, because every week, if you're not noticing, there's several assignments every week. It's not one or two. You got a couple papers, discussions. So you need to get in there and do that. You got the Apple case this upcoming week. So there again, that's in the textbook, just like last week. So same thing. You do that. And the participation, you get that. Okay, the project due at the end. Again, you're supposed to, in week one, you're supposed to let me know what case you're going to do, and then I say yay, and then you go ahead and do your case analysis on it. And that's what brings us, and the case analysis, that brings us to the presentation. There's about 10 slides in here, and it goes through the format on how it's laid, out. And then the different aspects of it, what you cover on each one. So it's all right there. And that should do it. So if there's any question, again, if there's any questions or any of this is getting a little confusing or whatever, you can get in touch with me at the Canvas system, or you can give me a text or call. But again, this goes week by week. It's basically a build up on how you do, how you do research and how you present it properly. Some of the things you might write in the first week, I'll say great work, and week 2 or 3, I might start adding suggestions on things to change about how you're doing it, as we progress through. So let me see. We got the reading. Okay, so I just want to make sure we covered everything, and it looks like it did. So with that, I guess we'll call it quits for this week. Then again, those of you that are in there, you're doing great. Those of you who are not, you need to get in there. Let me know if there's anything going on. You need to contact me. Inbox Canvas system works real well. There's another thing in there. If there's an alert system, and I don't know if some of you want to do that or not. There is a way to go in there under settings where you can get text alerts if something is sent to you. So if I don't send that much out, so so if I send you a little message or something, you can get an alert that it's there, instead of like, oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see the thing you sent me 7 days ago. I get that quite a lot. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know and I can show you how to get in there. Otherwise, we'll call it quits for this week. The only other thing is my little test question every week. Those of you that are hockey fans, St. Louis Blues, you might get a kick out of this one. So just let me know that you saw the test question here, and that way I know you watched the video. All right, so everybody have a great week. Need anything, get in touch. Take care. Bye.